Alright, I'm just blocking in some shapes right now. So this is kind of a drawing in progress, but I've just been making some very simple shapes of where I want things to be. I'm going to make a nice drawing here, and so I'm just making some initial placement of where I think things ought to be extremely lightly. I'm just kind of sketching this out and having fun with it right now, but I'm just drawing very light. I'm just hardly even touching the paper with my pencil as I go. Just finding shapes and finding where I think things ought to be. It's a possibility that the camera is not even picking up what I'm drawing here. So it could be that you're seeing my hand moving around on the paper with this pencil, but you're not seeing any drawing. But if you'll just bear with me, I can assure you that coming up very soon, that's all going to change, because I'm going to get into this drawing and make it much more dark and visible so that you can see what I'm doing. But I thought you might like to see a little bit of the process of how I get there in the first place and how I sketch in just the simple stuff first. Hey, this pencil that I'm using is from Koh-I-Noor. It's called Mephisto. I'm using a 0.5 millimeter lead in it. It's a wonderful pencil. I love this pencil. Use it all the time. Use it for all kinds of different drawings. Has an HB weight of lead in it, which, you know, if you just go over the paper very lightly, you can make an extremely light line with that one. So it erases very easy if you need to erase it. But you can do your thinking on paper with that pencil and just work out where you want everything to be. I've switched pencils now, as you can see, and it's a much, much heavier, darker line that I'm drawing with now. And all I'm doing with this new one is I'm going over the lines of what I just sketched with my mechanical pencil and just bringing those shapes and lines out so that you can see them. It's going to be a nice drawing. I'm looking forward to seeing this one when it's finished. As it is right now, I'm just kind of sketching and working it out and figuring out where all of it should be. It's a lot of fun for me to do the initial sketching on these, and I hope it's fun for you too. It seems like if it isn't fun, then I don't know why anybody would do it. But I love to draw. I've always loved to draw ever since I was just very young. And I love the process of sketching and then bringing out those sketches to be a nicer, more finished drawing. Whether I'm drawing cartoon characters or baseball players or anything, whatever it is, making those sketches is kind of the fun part for me, but the whole thing is fun. I enjoy the whole process of making a finished drawing. I've drawn ever since I was just old enough to hold a pencil, and so I've just been doing it all my life. And I've been doing it because I love it. Enjoy it very, very much. I guess if you love doing something, you do it all the time. And if you do it all the time, you get better at it and better at it, figure out better ways of doing things. And I think that's what it has been for me. I'm far from the best artist in the world. I'm certainly admit that all the time. I'm clearly not the best, but I love what I do, and I've just been doing it for a long time, and so I just keep at it because I love it. There are certainly many more artists that are greater than I am, that's for sure. don't do it because I think I'm the best at it. I do it just because I love doing it. So as I'm going through here, I'm just finding some of the details. This is Harley Quinn that I'm sketching right now. This is the way Harley looked in Batman the Animated Series. And of course, right beside her is Poison Ivy, also from Batman the Animated Series. Such a couple of cute characters. Fun to draw. Harley's got that big smile. She's a lot of fun to draw. Look how darken in her mouth here to leave a highlight, as if she has on lipstick. If this was in full color, her lips would be bright red. But they're not full color. I'm just drawing in black and white today. Love drawing that way. And the nice thing about sketching, of course, is you can do it pretty much anywhere. You can find a pencil and something to draw on just about anywhere you are. That's a great thing about sketching. If you're an oil painter, it's a little bit harder to do that because you have to have a whole set of oil paints and a canvas and a place to do it and a time to do it. And sketching, you can pretty much do that anywhere at any time. So that's a reason that I love it. This pencil that I'm using, let me show you here. This is called a Woodless Graphite pencil. And it's made by the Koh-I-Noor company. Here's the package they come in. I've got a package of 12 of them, and there are different weights of lead in there, making them, darker or lighter depending on the weight of it. It has HB, and I think there's 2B and 4B and 6B and 8B. The 8B, of course, is the darkest, thickest one. HB is lighter. This is what I'm drawing on. This is Bristol board, and this one is the smooth surface, also by Koh-I-Noor. They make a tremendous Bristol board. They have a couple of different kinds. My two favorite ones are the smooth Bristol board, but there's also one called vellum. And the vellum surface is a softer one. When you're drawing on it, you can just really feel a difference when that pencil is on the vellum surface compared to the smooth surface. The drawing that I'm making right now is the smooth one. I probably use vellum more often than I use the smooth one, but I like them both. They're both, I don't have any complaints at all about them. They're both great to draw on. One nice thing about the smooth surface is that if you're doing anything with ink, where you want to make a black ink outline on anything, the smooth surface is just a tremendous surface to do that on, where the vellum one is a little bit softer, a little bit more of a toothy kind of a soft surface. Since I love to sketch so much, I use the vellum one more often, just because I like the feel of that pencil going across that vellum surface. Both of the surfaces, whether it's smooth or vellum, are a bright white paper. And those pencils just shine off of that paper. It's just beautiful. I was saying before that you can draw on just about anything. You can find a pencil anywhere and draw on just about anything, but boy, these drawing pads really make a difference when you're drawing on them. It tends to make your drawings look just exceptional. Nice quality of art materials there. All right, just finishing up going over what I'd blocked in the first place, making my line quality better, fixing drawing problems, fixing up the anatomy just a little bit, bringing out the shapes and the line quality. Need to thicken up her eyelashes a little bit, I think. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I think I have it just about where I want it to be. I think I'll go ahead and put some dark shading down on the black parts of Harley's costume so that you can see the difference between the two sides of her costume. I'll keep it fairly light so I can do it pretty quickly. It's just kind of scribbling here at this point, just kind of sketching in the dark shading that goes on her costume. Just some quick stuff in here. There we go. I don't know if you saw it, but I went a little bit outside of the line there at the top. That's okay though. I'm having fun sketching it, and if I go outside of those lines that I created for myself, that's okay. It's all for fun. Like I said, I love doing this, and if I didn't love it, I wouldn't do it. Let's go down here and get her neck. And then her right arm would be the one that has the black on it. The left side of her face has the black on her mask, and so her right arm has it as you go back and forth. Once in a while I forget that and I have to look it up and see which side is which. If you remember though that the black part of Harley Quinn's costume starts with being on the left side of her face, and the rest of it kind of falls in place. You can figure it out as you go then after that. Alright. So there's what Harley and Ivy look like when they're sketched in the style of Batman the Animated Series. I'm just about finished with this picture. And I'll move on to another one. Just finding the finest details here, but that is how we do it.